Hello, everyone. We're here live. Look at this messy bedroom. We have Dave's old pop here and this organized house in the bedroom. We're currently building a house right now, which is the most amazing space. And I am just so looking forward to that. We just started to clear out some of the lawn and oh my god, just the trees. It's just so peaceful and beautiful. So we're currently living in the basement of the in-laws, and I don't know about you, but there's just been a lot of change going on. And so this week really has talked a bit about opinions and in the weekly reading anyway, feel free to watch that. It suggests that we are getting a little more organized. So even if you're feeling like you're still midst the chaos, the awareness towards these things are exactly what we need. So I actually wanted to come on live here and see how people are doing. This is kind of an energy check-in. I did some theta healing earlier on someone in my TikTok reading. So if you want to join my TikTok, you'll find my link tree. I can actually put my more information in this live as well because I only have my horsemanreadings.com. But underneath my link tree, you will see my TikTok as well as my Instagram, my Facebook, my other links as well. And so if you go into my TikTok subscription, you get a free reading and healing every time you come on. And I do a lot of lives, but I wanted to kind of come on here as well and just for free do whatever I felt like people needed at this time, just to kind of get an idea of where people are. So again, you can watch the replay of today's TikTok live. I'll still be going on there and doing more as well. So underneath my profile, you'll see my next live reading. I do come on randomly as well, but those are the readings that I will be. That'll always be updated. So even if it changes, like that's where you need to look to get the actual schedule. Okay. So yeah, the theta healing downloads from today are up here underneath YouTube. So make sure you check that as well. And I am doing my best to record those. TikTok Live is always recorded if you want it to be. And then I'm doing my best to take some things that I feel are important there and bring it over to YouTube. Same thing with Facebook. And I'm still working on Instagram as well, how to do that. So have patience with me while I work this out. I think chill over. So for some reason, I just feel like I'm getting release. That's what's coming through. Release. So I did not schedule this live. And so please make sure that you guys are subscribed to my YouTube as well. It is really appreciated that you like and comment because that really helps me grow my channel. And also the bell button beside subscribe to get notifications when I'm doing these readings. Okay. So you'll see them live. That's important to know as well. All right, so release is what's coming through here. We'll just see what's coming up. I have not done the weekly yet, but often I won't do the weeklies here on YouTube live, but it doesn't mean we can't kind of discuss what will be coming up, and then you can make sure that you watch that, okay? Oh. These are our cards, okay? Okay. So I'm also hearing we're putting it all together, okay? So release is one component. I'm just going to kind of throw it out there in this video. And I also feel like sending some people some love as well. Just sending some love out to you. For some reason, this is what I feel like doing. So I'm just going to trust in the process. Just when you think you can't get any different things, move and change. That's really what's coming up. So release, putting the pieces together almost like a puzzle. Entertainment's coming up as well. And then change. Okay. So what is it that we need to know in terms of release and change and putting the puzzle pieces together? Well, we've got Pamela Kale's intuitive art cards. And so I feel like there's a lot of distraction going on at this time as we're talking about the even though there might be disorganization, it's actually it's like helping you put things back together. So again, if it feels like it's all falling apart, it's actually to bring it all back together. So you look at surgery as a perfect example of how we need to open up, right? Psychic energy too. We need to open up and dissect, see what's actually going on in there. Otherwise, we're just guessing. So sometimes we need to take it all apart, pull it all apart to actually see things and see that change that's coming. Okay, so that might be related to you in terms of making more time or space for yourself to be able to do that, or could all be again getting healings and things like that. So we are here to do healings and readings. So however, if people aren't here, then I'm gonna trust I get things on the replay. Let me know if you're watching that. So we've got Angel of Fire here as well, still asking, how can we remove this energy that's not serving us? I get that there is someone who sometimes wants to crawl into a ball, and it that just feels a little dramatic because I feel like even if we're feeling those things, we've got to override it. Okay. So what do you have going on that you need to kind of overcome? And so this does feel like a little bit of shadow work. There are aspects in ourselves when we are changing that we can feel like, okay, I guess it's good for me to change. I guess it's good for me to change that. And maybe I wasn't able to see that clearly before, but now that I'm able to take the time to dissect um, this is helpful, right? This is makes a lot of sense with that weekly reading of like how there was a buildup this week and then now it's Friday and we're shifting over into doing next week's reading. And it's kind of like, okay, now we're shifting. And I do feel like next week's going to bring its own bag, but it's also like this weekend feels like it's going to be a really great weekend. Okay. Then I have this gorgeous card here. I see a bird in this way. Birds represent support. And oddly enough, I know that the deer and the cat are also really important from an animal symbolism because for some reason there was this really weird thing in the corner of my computer that didn't make any sense. It was just like type types. I don't know, it was this little box. I don't even know where it came from. And it was just I don't know. It just said a bunch of letters, but then it said deer and cat. So if we look at a bird, meaning support, we look at a deer, meaning sensitivity, and to pay attention to those sensitivities that you have right now. And the cat also being like less sensitive. I can't help but feel like this weekend, especially, we're going to be working with people who also are very sensitive and they're not cord cutting. So if you can cord cut, I have a cord cutting video here underneath my YouTube channel as well as under my TikTok that you can rewatch and rewatch and rewatch. I also have underneath the playlist meditation, cord cutting with Archangel Michael. That's another one. Um, yeah, I just feel like there's some vicious cycles that are coming up in your own life where it's just like, why do I keep attracting people who, aren't dealing with their crap, that sort of thing? What am I not dealing with? And that's something to look at. Okay. Alrighty. So this is a beautiful, beautiful like sword. And then there's healing around that sword. So this is again, for some reason, surgery keeps coming up or psychic surgery. I think you're starting to see that the mindfulness practices that you have been doing are working. So if you're in my membership group and you've been doing all the things in there, that means it's actually benefiting you. If you do mindfulness outside of my membership group and that's something that you find you do on the regular, then again, that's a representation. Healing light and healing journey, I'm also hearing. There's this beautiful painting, the sun shining in the background. There's something really beautiful going on. At the beginning, I was sharing with you guys how I'm like creating this beautiful space where people are going to be able to come to. It's also going to be my sacred space. And if there was this like beautiful sun, one of the pictures coming through the trees and just around like the pond. It's just so beautiful. So that's where it's kind of like remind yourself of the big picture and also like that where you've been. So we're still reflecting back to like, I can't believe this is happening. And like, I can't believe that past is so far in the past now. It's kind of like I'm hearing meteor shower as well. I heard that there's supposed to be something like that this weekend as well, but that's an example of how there's like shooting out to the future and you're shooting back out to the past. So that being said, there's a lot moving And generosity and kindness is going to be what will really help you. So how can I put forward, how can I contribute to society more? And I think that that's been a big thing since October 11th that I've been promoting, is the pay it forward, giving gifts of gold. It's not just about receiving the gifts, it's about giving those gifts. It could be spiritual mentorship, which I was just sharing in my membership I offer. I do so many different types of readings now, you can check those out. But again, I do lots of free readings and things like that. Make sure you're soaking those up. But how can you do that for other people? What can you start doing? Give knowledge, give information if you don't have that financial at the moment to give. Okay. So this is really talking about an old friend or something that you're clearing out of your life. When you're clearing old friends or past lovers or whatever it is out of your life, it doesn't have to be so harsh and talking about cord cutting. What I'm getting here is just move through the energy with joy and ease. Okay. So if you see deep healing as like uncomfortable, take your time. Take your time when you're doing things, and then you'll be fine. You get to enjoy life at your own pace. Nobody's here pressuring you or pushing you to do anything. There's just a lot of distraction as we come full circle here. So, I kid you not, I just did a little painting on a rock, almost the same as this one. So I feel like what's coming up here is we're gonna be doing more visualization. If you're watching this, keep doing more visualization. That's manifestation, manifesting abundance, gratitude, and grief. Those are like things that I would prioritize if you're in my membership group to find those videos or to find those programs where you're seeing that coming up. And again, you could explore my YouTube here, and now my TikTok is building where you can also get lots of support in there. So I'd love to have you guys following me. Please make sure again you're clicking that bell button, and I hope you have the most beautiful weekend. We'll call this like the weekend reading, and then that'll help us. We're up to the 23rd in the weekly. Now we've done like an in-depth weekend. And then I'm getting to do a financial forecast as well. I'm not going to write that down. I'm working on not writing things down or remembering it intuitively. So just storing it in there and then allowing what is meant to come up to come. So yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how there's going to be a trickle effect into next week. So if you weren't doing things and feeling burdened this week, then you're going to be feeling, okay, I've got more work to do during the week coming in. However, if you were taking care of those little like patterns of behaviors and cycles and clearing and cleansing, and again, doing the weekend stuff, next week's going to be like when obstacles are coming on your path, because they absolutely will. We're in eclipse season. We're coming into full moon energy. So there's still going to be like new stuff we need to work on. But again, this feels more like this week's coming in is going to be more about like talents and gifts. Okay, those passions, that enthusiasm for living, because again, we're dumping, clearing, and cleansing. So if you can remind yourself passions and talents, that's a great thing to bring in. What is the stuff that excites you? Forgiveness will still be in there because again, that's just coming up for a reason. So yeah, any questions, reach out, horsemanreadings.com. I'd love to help you out and have a beautiful weekend. Take care and thanks so much. Bye-bye.